Dear students, we have already completed the basics of computer science, right? The fundamentals of computer we have already completed, isn't it? So we have completed the fundamentals, that means the basic input-output devices, then your ALU, your control unit, memory, then hardwares versus your softwares. And here we have completed the application program versus system program, or application software, system software. We have completed all these things in both the groups. Now the two groups have been merged into one, so we have to start a new topic. Clear? The fundamental parts have been completed now. Now, as per your 11th syllabus, problem solving method is there. Problem solving using Python in your syllabus. Problem solving using Python is there. So using Python, this part will be covered later. First, we have to understand what is problem solving. What is problem solving? I have mentioned here what is a problem. A problem is an issue that could cause an incident. Any issue that can cause an incident. That means it is anything, or you can say it is any situation. Problem is any situation. It is a situation which requires some solution. That means it is an issue which can create an incident, or which can be a cause of an incident. So if there is a problem, there must be a solution. Then how can we find the solution of a given problem? Don't take it as a negative thought. Problem is not a negative thought. It is any question also. It is any situation. It is any issue which can require a solution. Which can require a solution. So if a problem, there is a solution. We have to find what are the methods for problem solving. What are the methods for problem solving? एक प्रॉब्लम का सॉल्यूशन कैसे निकाला जा सकता है? So for finding the solution of a problem, we must know what is that problem. What is the problem? We have to identify where is this problem. What is the problem? Where is this? That means we have to identify the problem. Then we can define. When we find the purpose, when we find the problem, where it is occurring, and what is that, and what is the objective of this problem, we have to find that objective. Without objective, nothing can be done. So we must have to know the objective. For a simple example, for question is, suppose the price of or cost of three mangoes is rupees 15 only. calculate the cost of 10 mangoes. It is a very simple problem. It is a question. So here we treat this question as a problem because we have to find the cost of 10 mangoes. That means this is our objective. Find the cost of 10 mangoes. This is our objective. Cost of 10 mangoes. So how can we find? 3 mangoes rupees 15. 1 mango 15 by 3, that is 5 rupees. 10 mangoes 15 into 10, sorry, 5 into 10, that is 50 rupees. So this is our answer. So to get this answer, we have done all these things. So it is a very simple question to find its solution. But the steps are same. Whether it is a very simple problem or is a very large problem. The steps are same. The method of problem solving is same. How? So here also we find or identify what is the problem, what the objective mentioned in the problem. Then what we have done, we have collect the information given in the question. Number of mangoes is given, it is 3. Price is 15. And we have to find the price of 10 mangoes. This given inside the question. So the problem itself gives some hints to us. So we have to find out that. Isn't it? All of you clear? You are listening my words?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
It's very simple problem. But from the simple problem, we will get the problem solving methods, and that can be used in any large problems like that, right? So here we have collected the given information from the question because each and every problem has a hint to solve this, and that those hints are given inside the problem. We have collected. So many ways are there for solving so many problems. For our problem, which method, which alternative, which way is suitable, we have to select that. After finding the information, given information, we have to list out them. Then we have to find the correct alternative, suitable alternative for solving the problem. So we have choose this alternative, this method for finding the solution of this problem. Then we are doing some exercise on that alternatives. That means action has been taken, and we get this value, this result, and we check whether this result is correct or not. That means if 10 mango is 50 rupees, then 1 mango 5 rupees. Yes, 3 mango is 15 rupees. Yes, it is correct. That means we have backtracked it. We look back to the question whether our result is correct or not. All of you got this?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Very good. That means if I say what I have explained, to remember this, we have to represent this in a diagrammatical way. This is I. This is D. This is E. is F. This is the starting point. Start here, then go towards this, this. This is problem solving. Problem solving. How? I stand for identify. I'll explain. D stand for define. E stands for explore. A stand for, who can say? No one. Accept. And finally, L stand for? Anyone? मैं बोल चुका हूं. Look back. You can easily remember this. Identify. You have to identify the problem. I stands for identifying the problem or identify. You have to identify the problem. What is it? Why is it a problem? Where it has been occurred? Identify the problem. All of you clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Then D stands for define.
Yes, sir.
D stands for define. You have to define the context of the problem. What is this problem? You have identified already. Then you have to define actually what is its objective and what are the given informations given here. And we have to do exactly what. You have to define that. We have to do exactly what. So we have to find the cost of 10 bangles, right? So you have defined the actual problem. Identify the problem, then you define. So we have to find the cost of 10 bangles. And these are the given information. Then E stands for explore. So we have collected the information, list it out. Then you have to explore. There are so many possible strategies. There are so many possible strategies, possibilities, alternatives, methods. कुछ भी बोल सकते थे. So E stands for explore. You have to explore the strategy or alternatives, suitable alternative. How can you find the suitable alternative? By the help of a brainstorm. कुछ तो माइंड खिलाना है उसमें तुमको. उसके बाद तुम लोग को क्या मिलेगा? Which is the best alternative to solve the problem. So this is the brainstorming solution in a non-judgmental way. Then you have to find the suitable alternative. After getting the suitable alternative, then action, action. So use that particular alternative for getting your solution. Use that alternative, use that suitable alternative, that method, that way to get the answer. So you have to apply that method. So A stands for action. You have to apply the alternative for the best solution, for getting the best solution. Then last one is a look back. After getting the solution, you have to look back. Why we are looking back? For checking whether our result is our output, our result, our solution is correct or not. Second one is when we are solving a problem by so many steps, by using so many steps, it will take some time. And in this period of time, we learn so many things. We learn so many things. So looking back, we'll remind you what lessons we have learned. Isn't it? Out of this solved problem, when we are solving this, we learned so many things. So this is a phase which is called look back or learning. So this is the complete method of your problem solving. These are the ideal method. This method is called ideal method. All of you clear ideal method?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So this is the method. सुनाई नहीं दे रहा है?
Sir, repeat again.
Repeat it.
Yes, sir.
So identify the problem. I have explained in the last example. We have identified the problem. Then we have defined it, what exactly we want to do, and we have collected some information from the question. List it out. Clear? Identifying is completed, define is completed. After listing out the necessary information given inside the problem, we have to explore the correct alternative or suitable alternative, suitable way to find the solution. This is exploring, right? Then after getting the suitable alternative, we have to apply that alternative. We have to work on that alternative. We have to work on that method for getting the best solution. So that is action. After getting the solution, we have to look back for cross-checking our result, whether it is correct or not. Is not it? All of you clear? Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Very good. Then there are some skills where a person or a problem solver will go for solving a problem. Then some skills are required for this person, for this problem solver. What are those skills? Skills are required. Without skill, we cannot solve a problem. Without skill, we cannot identify the problem also. Without skill, without experience, without skill, we cannot define, we cannot explore the correct. Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Screen is visible to all of
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
yes.
Yes, sir.
So skills are required for solving any problem. So a problem solver should have skills for identifying the problem, for defining the problem, for exploring the problem, for taking action on the problem. So for all these methods, skills are required. Without skill, we cannot do anything. All of you clear? Is it visible to all of you?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
What are those skills?
Yes, sir.
If you are a solver, you are solving so many problems in all of your subjects. So at that time also you are a problem solver. Then what type of skill you will require? Suppose, why I am telling this? Suppose you are solving a problem in mathematics or physics or chemistry or in computer science, in any subject you are solving a problem. First of all, what are you doing? What you have done when you are solving a question? What actually you do? First, you do which process? When you want to solve a problem, what you do? हर कोई टीचर बोलता है, घर में भी बोलते हैं, क्या करने के लिए। एक दिन में क्लास में भी था, सर भी बोल रहे थे, what to do first? Suppose you are going to solve a physics problem, to solve a question in physics. What to do first?
First, identify.
No, don't tell all these steps. I'm asking like a layman. These are technical terms.
We have to read the question first.
Very good. Read the question carefully. You have to read the question repeatedly. You have to read the question so that you can identify the problem. If you don't read the question repeatedly, if you don't read the question thoroughly, can you get what is the problem actually? What are the information given inside the problem?
No, sir.
No, sir.
No. So best option, the first option is to read the problem carefully. Read it repeatedly. All of you clear?
Yes, sir.
Why
Yes,
we
sir.
read the question? Why we read repeatedly? Why we read carefully? Because we are analyzing the problem. If you read repeatedly, then you will be capable for analyzing. If you read carefully, then you will be eligible for analyzing this problem. And this ability, this skill is for analytical skill. Analytical skill or analytical ability. Analytical skills. Number one, analyze the problem. Without analytical skill, we cannot do anything. To analyze so that we can get the method, correct option. Clear? So knowing how to gather data, given information is there inside the problem, how to gather those data, how to articulate, how to analyze, how to visualize the information, how to solve this problem and make decision. So all these depend upon the analytical skill. This is the first one. So you have to improve your analytical skills. You have to improve your analytical skills. Number two is, I'll give the note for all these things, right? Number two is lateral thinking. What is this? It involves looking beyond the obvious and usual modes of your thought and throwing away the conceptions and using your inspiration and imagination to solve problems. Now, lateral thinking, that means how you can map your brain to your problem. All of you clear? Using your inspiration, using your imagination, you have to solve the problem. This is one creativity idea, creativity skill. Your inspiration, your imagination to solve the problem by looking at them from any unexpected perspectives. Because if you are not creative, having creative mind, then you cannot imagine how to. So many problems require some imagination, some previous work. So from inspiration from any other problems, right? So you have to go for that also. So you have to improve your imagination skill. You have to be inspired by any other sources for solving the problem. Because so many unexpected things will come. So many unexpected things will come during your problem solving. So to solve those problems, you have to use this type of methods, this type of skills, lateral thinking. Lateral thinking. Then number 3 is your, this is most vital one. This is your logical reasoning. This is another skill for solving the problem. Asking important questions, gathering and assessing relevant information, right? Suppose logical reasoning means what? Any other student can say logical reasoning is what? किसको आता है लॉजिकल रीजनिंग क्या है? You have already done these logical reasonings. What is this? Some figures are there when you are using Facebook, when you are using WhatsApp. Some figures have been shared with your account from Facebook resources or your WhatsApp resources. Solve this. Have you come across this? Some of the figures are there, matching figures like this. Have you seen all these things? Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Have you seen this type of? There are so many things: verbal reasoning, non-verbal reasoning, like this. But have you seen some picture messages in Facebook or in WhatsApp?
Yes,
Some
sir.
persons are
Yes,
telling
sir.
this is a question and 90% wrong answers are there. If you are clever one, then please answer like this.
Yes,
What is that? Logical reasoning. Can you explain? Anyone?
This is the daily life situation.
Mm-hmm. It is a form of thinking. Actually, it is a form of thinking in which some relations between the premises are there, and different form of logical reasoning are there. For example, suppose I am telling that this is there, and suppose this is there and this is there. So find the odd one. Suppose I am asking. So how can you recognize? So this one is the odd. Suppose our answer is this. So there is a reason behind this. There is a logic behind this or not? Because this is a shape having 4 sides. This is a shape having 4 sides. This is a shape also having 4 sides. This is a shape having 4 sides, but this is a shape having 3 sides. So this one is odd. So here, behind this, wait. It is clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Actually,
Yes, sir.
some technical problem when I am teaching. It's technical problems. So this is having 4 sides. This is having 4 sides. This is also having 4 sides. But this figure is having 3 sides. So
3 sides.
3 sides. That's why it is odd from all these figures. So there is a logic behind this. So to find this solution, this type of technique, this type of skills you have, this type of logical reasoning skill you have, you must have for solving a problem. For solving a problem. Then number 4. Number 4 is, anyone can say number 4. This is one of the example, right? Logical reasoning, this is one of the example. Number 4 is your initiative. Initiative. For problem solving, you have to take the initiative. It can also involve some anticipating potential problems. What type of problems? What type of threats will come in this problem? How to solve those problems? So if you initiate this, if you initiate to solve the problem, then you can know all these things. What are the list of what are the threats will come and how to solve those? Right. So it involves some anticipating potential problem and taking preemptive steps to resolve them. What are the threats and how to solve this threat during solving the problem. Number 5 is persistence. That means stick to it. Stick to this method. Which method you are using, then you have to stick on this. So this is first. So these skills, analytical skill, lateral thinking, logical reasoning, and initiative, all these are required. And what are the methods you are using, you have to stick on this, persistence. So these skills will be there with the problem solver so that it can solve a problem. And I have explained all ideal methods. IDEAL is the ideal methods. I have explained 5 methods for problem solving. All of you clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes. Then for
Yes, sir.
problem solving, so many methods are there. In computer science, some tools, some techniques are there for representing our logic, for representing the steps of for solving the problems are there. and the first one is your algorithm. Algorithm. All have to know what it is. It is a step-by-step method. Step-by-step method for solving a specific problem. Visible? It is a step-by-step method for solving a specific problem. Or you can say it is a step-by-step method for representing the logic solve specific problem. Suppose I have to add two numbers. Suppose I have to add two numbers. It is a very simple thing. So you have to take two numbers. You have to take two numbers. Add them. Number 3 is display them. We add two steps. This is start. This is stop. So if I write in this way, this is the algorithm. This is an algorithm. So mathematically we can write start. Take A, B, two numbers. C equal to A plus B. We add A with B and keep the result in C. The number 4 is display C. Number 5 is stop. All of you clear? This is a very simple example. So when we go for writing any algorithm, we have to write the first step as start and the last one as stop. Right? Or the first step is begin, last step is end. You can write. Then what to do in the first one after the start? The second step, you have to take the input. You have to take the input. Before last step, you have to write the output. In between this input and output, there is a processor or there is a process. And here this is, if this is A and B and this is C, how to get C? C equal to A plus. All of you clear?
Yes, sir.
So all of you got the trick how to write an algorithm? Number 1 is start. Last step is stop. स्टार्ट के बाद क्या करना है? इनपुट लेना है. स्टॉप से पहले क्या करना है? आउटपुट को डिस्प्ले करना है. इन बिटवीन ऑल दीज व्हाट इज देयर? There are processes. Whether the process contain one statement or more than one statement. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Very good. Definition of algorithm is clear. Here we are writing the step-by-step statements. We are writing the statements step by step or not? Step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4, step 5. Can we skip any step? Can we interchange any step here? No, the sequence must be there. The sequence must be there. I will explain how many types of algorithms are there. Sequential, conditional, iterative. So many type of algorithms are there. So sequence must be there. I cannot skip. I cannot interchange any step. Can I write C equal to A plus B in second step and take A, B in third step?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Why? Before processing, we must have the input. And after processing, taking input, is there any meaning? And can I process without any input? No. That's why it is a step-by-step method for solving a specific problem. We are solving here a specific problem. By writing these steps, can I find the roots of quadratic equation? No, these steps are written for finding the sum of two numbers. So for specific problem, we can write specific number of statements or specific number of steps. In the second definition, it is a step-by-step methods for representing the logic to solve a problem. So to solve a specific problem, this is the logic behind this. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Now, can you write any algorithm? I'm giving some assignments. This is assignment 2, I think. Number 1, write an algorithm. I'll explain the characteristics of algorithm, all these things in the next class. You first do some problems, solve some problems, then theory, learning theory will be easier for you, right? So problem solving method, very easier method to get or to learn anything. Write an algorithm to convert the temperature. I'm writing some questions. Wait. Wait. So many questions. Convert the temperature from Fahrenheit to Celsius. Number 2, write an algorithm find the area of the triangle using Heron's formula. Number 3, write an algorithm to find the roots of quadratic equation here you use don't use whether the discriminant is greater than 0, less than 0, or equal to 0. You just simple write that rn equal to minus b plus square root of b square minus 4 AC whole divided by 2A, and in R2 this is minus B minus, right? So you just put these two. It is already completed in your mathematics. Don't check the condition whether the discriminant is 0, less than 0 or greater than 0. This will become later. In this sequential process, you just put these two formula to get the. Then number 4, write an algorithm. Find or to calculate the simple interest where principal amount, time and rate of interest is given. Number 5, write an algorithm to calculate the gross salary of an employee, gross salary of an employee where basic salary, percentage of DA percentage, right? Dearness allowance, HRA percentage, TA percentage are given. Percentage is given means suppose 60% is DA is 60%, means it is 60% of what? Your basic salary into 60 by basic salary of 60%. So HRA percentage means it is suppose 15% HRA, this 15% of basic salary. So if you know basic salary, you can calculate, and the percentage is given for DA, HRA and TA, you can calculate the amount of DA, HRA and TA. So you do all these 5 questions. Don't follow any sources, any internet sources for solving this. You do it with your knowledge. If you will not able to solve this, I will solve this in the next class. Right? Can you solve this? These are very easy questions. You know what is the formula to find the convert the temperature from Fahrenheit to Celsius? Do you know or not? This is a class 7 or 8. All
Yes,
these
sir.
questions are of class up to the class 7. Algorithm for find the Heron's formula. Do you know Heron's formula? Find the area of triangles using Heron's formula.
Yes, sir.
You know,
Yes, sir.
this is A equal to
A plus B
anyone,
plus
anyone? Huh?
A plus B plus
No,
C
this
by
is not the Heron's formula.
Sir, S minus A, S minus B, S minus C,
into
root over
root over of
S minus A,
S minus
B, S
A
minus C,
into
S minus B,
S minus B into
S minus C.
S minus C. Very good. And what is S? S equal to A plus B
A
plus
plus
C whole divided by
2.
this is Heron's formula. Quadratic equation you know, and simple interest you know. So clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.